Welcome, everybody, to our Essential Success Third Thursday educational call. My name is Lauren Bretz, and Corey has so sweetly asked me to share with you guys about cleansing with Young Living Essential Oils. This call is basically going to be based upon my limited experience with cleansing. Well, some people would probably say it's not limited, but I just feel like I have a long way to go to learn. But my experience with cleansing and what I have learned from this book, Inner Transformations, using essential oils by Dr. Leanne and Dr. David Dearduff. If you hear baby noises in the background, it's because my little 5-month-old baby is sitting here with me. So we're going to be hanging out with him together. And I really apologize that this PowerPoint presentation is not more in-depth, but yeah, I don't know what to say about that. Anyway, just some quick announcements. If you don't know already, the promotions for October are for a 190 PV order. Are 3 bottles of essential oils, cinnamon bark, orange, and nutmeg. We have those diffusing right now in our living room. An order of 250 PV you can earn those 3 free oils and a $20 enrollment voucher. So basically you can pass that on to a friend or family member if they want to buy one of the premium starter kits. It gives them $20 off. And then with a 300 PV order, you can receive the oils, the enrollment voucher, and an extra 10% back in Essential Rewards points if you are already a member of Essential Rewards. And those points, they will not show up until next month, around the time when they send out commission checks, so probably around the 20th or so of November. So wanted to let you know about those promos. These oils are really healing. Well, I guess I can't use that word. But really wonderful oils for diffusing and using for wellness. We love these oils in our home, so it's just such a blessing to get them. I love using cinnamon bark in my baking. I love using it in muffins and cakes and such instead of using ground cinnamon. So anyway, and just a quick disclaimer, as usual, I am not a health professional. I am a mom. I am a woman who has gone through quite a bit of suffering in my body during my life, and I have done quite a bit of cleansing throughout my life, and I just want to share a little bit about that. And so none of this has been evaluated by the FDA, and I am praying that it will be mostly FDA compliant. I know there are a couple things already that I've seen on my outline that are probably not completely compliant, so I need to change those, but I will do my best to honor Young Living and in this. So my story with cleansing is when I was little, my stomach hurt all of the time. I had issues with candida. My throat and my tongue were white constantly. I had brain fog. I had things coming out of my head and my ears. I had chronic vaginal yeast infections and sickness. My mom was so wonderful, and when I was 10 or 11 years old, she even took me to get colonic therapy because I had chronic constipation. And we were able to see a lot of things coming out. Sorry that this is too much information, but it was really gross and but amazing because the colonics really revealed a lot of what was going on in my colon. Fast forward to after I had my 4th baby, I really crashed with chronic fatigue, and my immune system was shot. I was sick a lot. And so I really believed that I knew I needed to cleanse my body. I think it's just, for me, it's always just made sense to me that if we have chronic illness, there is something going on in our gut that needs to be cleaned out. So I did the master cleanse twice. I did juice fasts. I use liver detoxifying herbs and other herbal cleanses for my colon, but it wasn't until I found Young Living essential oils, or the Lord led me to them through Corey, that I was able to really feel like I could be well and really cleanse my body. So I've had a lot of people tell me that they've done cleanses, but they didn't feel like they had success. And I just always tell them to try the oils and try the supplements and read Dr. Deirdre's book, Inner Transformations, because I really believe that she has so many amazing things to say in that book about how to cleanse the colon. So anyway, who can cleanse? I would say, and she would say in the book, that anyone can cleanse. Obviously, this needs to be taken with common sense. You are not going to necessarily do a full colon cleanse on a baby, but I do use certain digestive system supporting supplements like oils for my little one if he's having trouble with his gut. So this is not an age-specific thing. Cleansing can be beneficial for people of all ages. It is an investment of time. If you are looking for a quick fix for your body, you are not going to find it if you want to do some real intense cleansing. If you think about how long your body has been building up junk, it is literally like dumping things into a garbage can without ever dumping it out. And there are so many people who will say that they go to the bathroom regularly, and to them that means once a week. Some people think once a month. Some people think that if they have a bowel movement at the same time every couple of days, then they are regular. But according to Dr. Deirdre, that is not regular. That is constipation. And some people have chronic diarrhea, and they think that because they have chronic diarrhea, they are regular, and that is also not the case. And again, if you really dig and educate yourself and read this book, you'll understand why. If you want to truly experience healing, which I don't think I'm allowed to use that word, if you want to experience greater vitality and wellness, you have to clear and clean out the body. If we view our body as, a holistic being, and we understand that in our past and all of our lives we've been doing all kinds of things to put things in our bodies that are probably not the best, we understand that we need to clean out our bodies. Our bodies are an organic being, and we were created to eat organic things. I do not think that that means that you have to always purchase organic foods, but when you are eating food that is not naturally from plants or, seeds, yeah, you're going to be putting things in your body that are not going to work well with your body. Excuse me, let me get my baby away. Hey, Lillian, can you come and get Barnabas, please? I apologize. I'm going to send my baby downstairs with my other children. So anyway, one of the indicators of a toxic or even eroded digestive system or gut is the skin, because the skin is the largest organ, and our skin is really a representation of what is going on inside of our body, and our skin will erupt if we are not eliminating waste out of our body the proper way. It has nowhere else to go. So you can, work on topical applications of remedies for your skin, but it will not actually bring full wellness unless you are working on your body internally. So, for instance, when I was a teenager, I had terrible acne, and I still, even to this day, a lot of people would say that that was because of my hormones. I do do think that hormones have something to do with it, but I believe with my whole heart it was so much because of my diet and my lack of ability to properly eliminate what was in my colon. She talks in the book about how the walls of the insides of our intestines can hold waste for years and years on end, and how it can build up to the point where you have basically like cement on the inside of your colon. And if you are not able to absorb the nutrients that you need in your colon, because you can't get the nutrients from your food because the walls of your colon are so stuck and dirty, basically, you are obviously not going to be able to be nourished. And as things continue to build up and they're not moving out, again, you're just going to have toxic buildup. She talks about how death starts in the colon and how oftentimes we do not understand that chronic illness starts there, and that we've got to change our thinking about where our illness really lies. So why should we cleanse? For the purpose of this presentation, I'm going to say that we are talking about cleansing and not particularly detoxifying, although they do go hand in hand. But when I say cleansing, I am really talking about moving, waste out of your colon. So a detox, I always think about the blood and eliminating, pathogens and things like that. Again, they do go hand in hand, but I am talking about your colon mostly in this presentation. The other thing I wanted to mention, I'm sorry, I'm kind of all over the place, but one of the really interesting things that we forget is that, our digestive system starts at the opening of our mouth. And it is a very long tube that goes all the way down to our rectum. There is no separation. It is a complete pathway. And so, what goes in needs to come out. And God made our bodies that way. And so again, we always have to be mindful of how that is all working. 70 to 80% of our immunity is in our gut, and if our gut is toxic, we are not going to be able to have a strengthened immune system to fight off illness. They are related to the health of the bacteria in the colon, and there is supposed to be a very specific balance of bacteria in the colon. Our gut sends more information to our brain than our brain sends to our guts. If you think about it this way, your stomach or your belly gets upset when you're stressed or nervous or excited. I think about how when I was dating my husband, I would get butterflies in my belly because I was nervous about seeing him. Problems in your gut can directly impact your mental health. We are not taught in our society that when we struggle with mental issues, that it has anything to do with our gut. It is always separated. We cannot separate any part of our body from any other part of our body. For instance, your liver is the largest internal organ and functions to process toxins in your blood. If your liver is enlarged and congested, your blood actually runs through your liver every 20 to 30 seconds. If it is running through your liver and your liver is congested, it will not be clean, and it will cause your body to be toxic because your liver is supposed to process and clean your blood. And the liver is said to be the house of anxiety and depression. There's a little parenthetical statement there that I should have taken out, sorry. But anyway, again, we've got to start thinking about so much of what goes on in our guts has so much to do with a lot of our emotions, and again, she talks about that in the book. So how to cleanse? There is an order to cleansing. It makes total logical sense that you have to clean out the bowels and the colon before cleansing other things so that it can all get out. I did the Master Cleanse, or sometimes it's called the Lemonade Diet, years ago, and I mean, that 10 days was the worst 10 days of my life. I felt like I was going to die, and I'm kind of I'm kind of upset with myself that I didn't do even more research at the time, because I really could have really hurt myself. And I think that's why sometimes the Master Cleanse gets a bad reputation, because people do it backwards. I was doing the Master Cleanse, which is a very strong detoxifying cleanse for the liver, but because I was not able to eliminate the toxins, they were just building up in my colon. So it is so important to clean the bowels first, and there is even an order of which to cleanse with the seasons. And right now, the fall is the best time to clean the colon. So next, you would cleanse parasites, kidneys, and candida, and she talks about the order in the book. But it is so important to really make time and to really dedicate yourself, realizing that the temporary suffering you are going to experience is for a lasting benefit. And when I say temporary suffering, I mean it's really great if you can eliminate certain foods from your diet, really take the time to rest. It's just so important to discipline yourself and really commit, okay, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to intentionally purpose to clean my body, and I'm going to take the necessary steps to do that. And it is so worth it. Drinking lots of water is crucial. She says that it is important to drink water religiously. I did 2 months of this cleansing protocol, and I had to stop because I couldn't keep up with enough water with nursing. I've been nursing, and I was doing the cleanse while I was nursing, but I had to stop because I couldn't keep up with it. So I'm going to start it again as soon as I'm able to. But I had to drink at least 3 quarts of water a day in order to eliminate, and it's ideal to eliminate 2 to 3 times a day. And your bowel movements need to be well formed, the shape of your colon, and easy to pass. So it takes some time to build up to that point, but it is so worth it to get to that point. Rest is a really important factor. It doesn't always mean that you have to be laying around doing nothing, but having a restful spirit and really backing off of some of your usual activities is really important, because when you are cleansing, you are putting yourself into a healing crisis and putting yourself in, you're putting a little bit of stress on your body. So it is so important to rest and making sure that you're really supporting your endocrine system, your adrenal glands. Food is it should be an obvious, important component of cleansing. You do not want to be dumping toxic things in while you're trying to get them out. So a whole foods diet would be ideal. Again, we cannot be perfect, but it is ideal. And focusing on gratitude and wholeness and your future wellness, just realizing that you are taking the time to do something that is going to have a lasting benefit, and being thankful for the time that you have. Focusing on the past and how you regret eating a certain way or doing certain things is really counterproductive. And even just focusing on the fact that you're depriving yourself of certain things by cleansing is counterproductive. It really is best to focus on the positive. And cleansing really can be such a sweet time of prayer and fasting. If you know the Lord, it can just be such a wonderful time to really draw close to Him and release emotional blocks. There is a wonderful book called Releasing Emotional Patterns with Essential Oils. That is a wonderful companion book, and just working on releasing emotions during a cleanse is so helpful. Using your oils during cleansing is obviously going to be beneficial because they work at the cellular level to support and build up your whole body. So sticking to your starter kit, if that's what you have, is fantastic, since peace and calming are supportive to the nervous system. Valor is said to be helpful for balance and energy. Lavender, lemon, and peppermint, this is probably not FDA compliant, but as a group, they have been used to reduce inflammation. And if you think about how you use lavender on your skin to work to repair your skin, when you take it internally, if you think about what that would do to the inside of your body, if you get my drift, and guys and peppermint, of course, you know, so wonderful for spastic colon or any kind of, you know, gas or discomfort, helping to nourish the colon and get things moving, clearing pathogens, as well as seeds and purification also, just to build your immune system. Again, if your immune system, 70–80% of it, if it is housed in your colon, what a great time to be really working to build that immunity while you are clearing things out. And joy and frankincense, I mean, all of the oils are wonderful to increase our mood and energy, but joy and frankincense especially are so wonderful for mood elevation. So during a cleanse, when you are struggling with feeling annoyed that you're doing it or whatever the case may be, use your oils. That is what they're there for. They are to help build our bodies. So doing a colon cleanse is not going to tear your body down, but again, you are going to be putting yourself into a healing crisis, and during that time, you really want to really discipline yourself and use your oils. And then Ningxia Red. Ningxia Red, as we all know, is wonderful for building immunity and building our blood. I probably shouldn't say much more about that, but such a wonderful supplement to cleansing. So where can we cleanse? We can cleanse anywhere. I mean, really, don't let your job hold you back, or wherever you are, if you have the time and the resources to do it, you know, now is better than any time. And if it's not the fall and you still want to cleanse, it's better to cleanse than to not cleanse at all. So additional things that would be helpful would to get a zytoscan to target certain areas. Fats are very important. If you think about, you know, butter and coconut oil are lubricants, right? So if you're keeping up with your fats, they're going to help to continue to move things along. And making sure that you are using your minerals to keep your body mineralized, good salts and magnesium supplements. And then, of course, probiotics are so necessary to rebuild and balance the bacteria in the gut. So let's take a look at some of the products, though, that our wonderful Young Living has to offer. This handout here is kind of in order of how you would want to cleanse, and then with some extra little supplements. Also, if somebody is not quite ready to do a full-on colon cleanse, starting out with just the citrus oils is so wonderful. These 4 citrus oils here, citrus fresh, lemon, lime, and grapefruit, are obviously not all of the citrus oils that Young Living has to offer, but just even drinking 1 drop of lemon in your water every day can be such a blessing. Again, I cannot diagnose or prescribe, but these oils are so wonderful to help the body to gently cleanse. Multigreens is a favorite supplement of mine. If you have ever studied spirulina and its benefits upon the body, you will find that spirulina in multigreens would be such a helpful supplement to the cleansing supplements, because spirulina acts as a magnet to draw out heavy metals, and then to move them out. So multigreens is, I think, a wonderful supplement to have on hand. So here we are in the middle of the page with the cleansing trio, Essential Zyme, ICP, and Comfortone. If you want to do a full colon cleanse, these are going to be your primary products. And in the book, Inner Transformations, Dr. Deirdre tells you exactly how to use these. She gives you protocols. You start with 1 Comfortone and build up from there. I actually take 2 Comfortone a day, just 1 in the morning and 1 at night, and I take Essential Zyme every day. But anyway, she explains how to do that. You also can Google Dr. Leanne. She has a website that's very helpful with lots of articles. But these are going to be your primary products to promote healthy elimination. And then DiGuise, of course, again, as we said before, DiGuise is so helpful to balance things and help to clear pathogens and keep things moving. Next are the Juva products. These are not all of the Juva products that Young Living has available, but Juva Cleanse, Juva Flex, Juva Power, there's Juva Tone, Juva Spice, which is one of my favorite products from Young Living. I love Juva Spice. I put it on my popcorn, on my eggs, in everything, on my hamburgers, everything. The Juva products, when you see Juva, you're going to want to think the lymphatic system, the liver. So you do not necessarily want to do a lot of liver cleansing until you've done colon cleansing, but JuvaFlex, as most of us know, is one of those really helpful blends to help with lymphatic flow. So it's not like you cannot use these products without doing a colon cleanse. That is not the case. But if you really want to cleanse your liver, you want to cleanse your colon first. Okay? And then Parafree, the name kind of says it all, what Parafree does. One thing that is really interesting about parasite cleansing is that, you know, I probably should not say this, but at a doctor's office, there are 2 drugs that are prescribed for killing parasites, and they only kill 2 parasites. You know, we have hundreds of, over 100 parasites, and if you are only able to take 2 drugs to kill 2 different parasites, you're obviously not going to be able to cleanse all of the parasites that are bad for your body. So if you want to really learn about how herbs work with parasites, really do your homework and study that, because God has created plants to clear out more than 100 parasites. And so, again, Parafree is going to be a great option for you to research and learn about what is in that supplement and how it works for your body. We already talked about the everyday oils. I already gave you some thoughts about that, and Ningxia Red, of course. And then I included Balance Complete on this graphic because Balance Complete is very high in fiber, and it's a great meal replacement powder. I think it smells like cake batter. It is one of my favorite things. I'm having to ration it in my house right now because it's been out of stock for a while, but Balance Complete and Ningxia Red are actually part of the 5-day nutritive cleanse, and so I think Balance Complete would be a wonderful companion product with the colon cleanse, and I was using that quite a bit because, again, it just helps to keep things moving, helps to nourish the colon, and you know that you're not going to be counteracting what's going on in your body when you're using a product like that. So that's pretty much the end of my presentation. Like I said, this was not an exhaustive presentation, but I did want to do a giveaway. I'm going to stop the recording right now, but thank you so much for joining me. I so appreciate it, so humbled to be able to share with you today, and I hope it was a blessing to you. God bless you.